Sending it back now to Storm Team 44 meteorologist Gunnar Console for a look at your start of the week forecast. Gunnar, it could be a slushy start to our Tuesday, right?
Yeah, so I want to start this off by saying, the amount of snow that we're tracking isn't really that much in and of itself. It's really just the fact that it's hitting at the hour that it is in that early morning, during that morning commute. That's what's really going to be adding that impact or insult to injury. If it happened overnight, we wouldn't really notice that many issues. If it happened in the evening, not as much issues either, but just the timing of it. And then on top of that, we're going to be tracking some pretty heavy rain Wednesday. So at least we have the benefit of any slushy roads tomorrow will be melted by Wednesday. So we're not going to be dealing with the slushy, icy roads this time around like we did back in January. Right now, we're looking at clear blue skies. It almost doesn't even seem like a winter storm is on the horizon, but alas, it is. We are seeing some pretty modest temperatures right around 40 degrees, so it feels warm but also cold, just depending on if you're in the sun and the wind isn't blowing at that time. So we are going to be seeing cold air reinforcing itself, though, tonight, so enjoy the sunshine and 40s while it lasts. We are in the upper 30s elsewhere. But now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about that snow for tonight. We're going to be noticing that sunshine goes away and we start to see increased clouds through the evening. So still no impacts. We'll be getting home just fine. But as we're sound asleep, right around midnight tonight, snow starts moving in towards the southern tier. Now, you're not going to be too impacted in the southern tier because as that snow moves in, we're actually going to be seeing some of that rain moving in, helping melt a lot of that snow. And then by 6 a.m., we're going to be tracking light to moderate snow. And like I said, the snow we're tracking isn't that much itself. It's just that it's hitting right around 6 a.m. That's going to be causing a few headaches. And then as we head towards the late morning, as soon as the snow starts, it's on its way out. So this is a short duration, low impact event. It's just happening at one of the worst times of day. That's what's elevating the danger, or at least the hazard of the snow. So we are going to be tracking a snowstorm, but it's not going to be our snowstorm because we're really just going to be tracking the beginnings of it as we head towards the evening. A few showers of snow are possible in the evening as well, but that's not really going to be majority of our snow accumulations. That'll all happen in the morning. So because of that transition to snow, yes, you're going to get snow in the south, but it's all going to melt by around 8 o'clock. The area that's in the sweet spot of the heaviest snow, but without it melting, is going to be the central tier where we see about 1 to 2 inches. I think maybe closer to 1.5 is more realistic. North of I-64, not tracking all that much. So because of that rain melting some of that snow, that's why we're seeing the biggest impact in the central tier. Not too much impact in the south. I think you should be able to get to work just fine. The snowiest roads are going to be in the central part of the tri-state. A few snowy spots in the north, but we're not tracking that much snow either. So low impact, moderate impact, little impact towards the south. So even though we don't have a winter storm watch, just know that we are going to be seeing some impacts tomorrow. And then we have another threat, and that is going to be Wednesday heavy downpours, and I'll talk more about that coming up.